So in today's video we're gonna go over Nightmare Luffy, and I must say he's pretty good. He's like another Moria just with better stats. So his max HP is 6,787, max attack 1,487, max defense 1,630. These are pretty good, well balanced stats. He's a defender, so he do have high defense, pretty good. His skill 1 is Shadow of his skilled Navy Swordsman, and it's a mid-range charge attack, and it's a 1 attack move, and it deals 860 damage. And a cooldown of 48 seconds at level 5, which is pretty good. Then his skill 2, Gum Gum Storm, a long range multiple hit charge attack with a knockback effect. The lower this character's remaining HP becomes, damage dealt is increased and nullifies stagger for a set period of time. So he does two things, nullifies stagger and he has a knockback effect. The knockback effect only works on the last step, which is step 6, and the cooldown is 20 seconds. This is very good because when he's doing battles, he do gain a little bit of distance. And his traits, Nullifies Shock cannot be paralyzed, and Nullifies Entrance cannot be turned to stone. And when in the air around your captured treasure, increase damage dealt by 30%. Very good. When a character from your team is KO'd, boost defense by 20%. This lasts for 10 seconds and cannot be stacked. And when a character from your team is KO'd, boost attack by 30%. So this is a very good trait to have, especially with a defense one. So as soon as the character from your team is killed, you gain 20% defense and then 30% attack boost. So this is likely like a last standing member right here. Pretty good. When your strength is more than 70%, increase treasure gauge recovery amount. By the way, I gotta say, you can't judge a character simply based on their traits alone, because that won't show how they actually play in battle. Actual combat is basically different from, alright, I'll give you an analogy. It's basically like being taught something in school and then being able to apply what you were taught in the real world. That's how Nightmare Luffy basically is. So on paper he don't look all that impressive, but once he's in actual battle, he does work pretty well. Alright, so when using Nightmare Luffy today, I would say he's pretty good, even at level 70. Like, whoa. He was putting in work. So alright, so I just want to try to capture the first treasure, because as a defender I try to make sure I refill the treasure gauge so it's harder for my opponents to capture the treasure. Especially when it comes to attackers, they are very slow at capturing treasure. So unless the opponent has a runner on their team, they're usually screwed. But this person did have, well, you don't have any runners so far. I see he's a defender and 3 attackers. Ooh. He's over here putting in work. He all caught me off guard. Yo, it don't make no sense how you be getting attacked by your teammates. Like, what is this? This is like the second time I got attacked by a Mihawk. Alright, so both treasure are fully filled. Okay. Green Zoro trying to capture my treasure. So usually in this case, it's not best to face off against characters that you're disadvantaged against, because as you'll see, you most likely get one shot. See how long that Zoro taking to capture that treasure? I was trying to attack him with team boost, but to no avail. Knockback attack just cancelled me out of my special move. Try to refill this treasure gauge a little bit. Yeah, I'm always using laws. Shambles at the wrong time. So this almost cost me this match right here. Yeah, man, Nightmare Luffy's skill 1 and skill 2, they're what helped me in this battle. Because without using them, I wouldn't be able to get to the enemies fast enough. Had the perfect time, man. That was a good match. Forgot to give Holmes a thumbs up. Alright, in this match I did pretty well. It's just that I be making mistakes in League Battle that be costing me the match. Especially when it comes to using Law. I be using the shambles at just the wrong time. First treasure captured. Fill it a little bit. By the way, whenever you play in League Battle also, it's best to make sure all your enemies gather around in one spot. Because especially if you have a move that nullifies stagger, you could use it and you likely get to hit at least one of them. See, one of my teammates died because I have a defensive boost. This was a waste right here. I was wasting too much time. Because this, I don't know what point this is, but it was so hard to capture this flag. Because all the enemies were coming down this area. Yo, Ryu was pretty good. I won't lie. For 3-star characters, I don't really play as 3 characters because they usually don't have a 3rd and a 4th trait. Yeah, man. Nightmare Luffy was putting in work. And here we go with Law. I should have used shambles right here. I think whenever I'm using another character in League Battle, Law don't be wanting me to use him to my best ability. He wants to slack a little bit, man. It's crazy. I shouldn't have let up on this. I should have kept trying to capture this treasure, because otherwise I think we would have most likely won. Based on these two gameplays, I could say without a doubt, Nightmare Luffy is a really good character to use. S character in my opinion.